to see you. Hi, Rich. Just landed from the airport, and God willing, we'll do something covered Shabbos. Covered Shabbos. Interesting enough, the halacha, I haven't prepared properly, but the halacha talks about that there are 7 parts. The parasha is divided into 7 parts, and a maftir, an additional portion of laning. We repeat actually the last portion of the Chumash of the Torah. We repeat it, and it's an additional in honor of the Haftarah, the maftir. The reason for the maftir is that in early days, when there were decrees against reading the Torah. So the Yiddelach made a trick, and they were able to. But the Haftarah was no gzera on the Haftarah, so they say, okay, we're gonna make a bracha as introduction for the reading of the Haftarah, and this is why we have the maftir today. It's the last portion in preparation for the Haftarah, and since that kind of nace, kind of Yeshua that they had, so therefore we never forget it. We never forget it, and we don't dismiss it, even though the gzera, the decree, is not there anymore. This is a memory for the decree that was in the times with the Greeks or the Romans. I'm not sure. So Be'ezras Hashem Yisborach also. So we'll start the Parashat Nitzavim, Tafshin Pei Gimel, 2023, just the Shabbos, last Shabbos of the year, just before Rosh Hashanah. It is known that in the Shabbat, that before the Yom Tov, is gloomed the light of the Yom Tov itself. That applies to every Yom Tov. Shabbos before Sukkot has the energy, the feeling, the power of Sukkot. Shabbos before Yom Kippur, same thing. Shabbos before Pesach, same thing. It's already preparation. It's mamash kind of a kleine, little mini Pesach in the Shabbos before. Same thing before Shavuos, and same thing for sure to ask before Rosh Hashanah. That it is we should try to feel the awe. The days of awe are coming around. Yamim Noroim, days of fear of God, to elevate the fear, elevate the awe from Hashem, the master of the universe, the master of the world. And we're enjoying those 2 weeks from Rosh Hashanah to all the way to the Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah Shmini Atzeres, with days of awe, which are wonderful days, and in Tovim, family gathering, a lot of good things happening. The best time of the year, I would say. So Shabbos before has a kind of a good feeling of the Yom Tov already. Also, the light of the Yom Tov is in the halachot of the Yom Tov, in the halachis. Rav Koenig Zecher Tzaddik Livracha told me hundreds of times that as a preparation for the Yom Tov, we should learn the halachot that are applied in Yom Tov, so we can be preparing ourselves to know what's going on, to be ready, and to feel the taste of the Yom Tov inside the halachot that are in that special Yom Tov ahead of us. And same thing applies to Shabbos. The light of Shabbat, the or, the simcha, the joy, and the reflection of Shabbat is in the laws of Shabbat. And the more we're going to learn laws of Shabbat in the weekdays, we're going to feel Shabbos already from Sunday. Our sages of blessed memory taught us that we have to remember Shabbos from the beginning of the week already. Zachreu me'echad b'Shabbat. You have to remember Shabbos every day of the week. So by learning halacha every day of the week, for sure, it's the best way. There's no better way to prepare for Shabbos than learning even a little bit, just a little halacha every day. Just feel the light of Shabbos. It's glittering. It's there. It's for us to discover, to enjoy. Shabbos is a present. Remember, Hashem, when Hashem wanted to give the Shabbos to the Eden, He says to Moshe Rabbeinu, I have a good present in my treasure house. Can you imagine how does Hashem's treasure house look? Magnificent. All the amazing treasures. And this is matan. It's a good present. One of the better presents that Hashem has in His treasure house. That's Shabbos. And Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, go ahead and notify, let the people know that I'm going to give them the Shabbat. So again, it's an amazing experience for Shabbat. From Shabbat comes all the parnasa. All the parnasa, all the fortune, money, possessions, success comes from Shabbos. The Zohar brings down something interesting. Rabbi Elazar, son of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the holy Zohar author, he asked the question, how come it says the Shabbos is the source of all the broches, right? How come we see that by the manna went down from Shamayim every day, but on Shabbat it didn't come? So maybe I could think that during Shabbat there's no blessing because the manna did not come down on Shabbos. So what's the bracha that is there for Shabbos? The answer that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said that minah mizbarchim kol shita yomim. From Shabbos, are blessed all the 6 days. That's the answer Rabbi Shimon gave to Rabbi Elazar. And as a tip, we learned how can we bring down the bracha during Shabbos for the parnasa for the whole week through the Birkas Hamazon. In the Zmiris, we're seeing one of the Zmiris that Soadim bo shalosh pa'amim, Soadim bo levarech shalosh pa'amim. We eat 3 times over Shabbos in order to make a bracha, Birkas Hamazon. More important than the food itself of the meals of Shabbat is the 3 times we are making the Birkat Hamazon. From that comes the source, the root of Parnasa to the whole week. And that's a kind of a little encouragement. If someone who had never, there is some minhagim in Israel, in Am Yisrael, that they would not eat the 3rd meal. That's Minhag Chabad. But the general halacha is very, very straightforward and strict, that we should have 3 meals. At least if you cannot wash over bread for the 3rd meal, at least have like a piece of cake, something that acknowledges the 3rd meal. This is the Sudash and Shabbos in honor of Shabbos, or some fruits as well also could be done as a 3rd meal. But for sure, the main thing is to wash our hands for bread 3 times a day over Shabbos, by night, by morning, and by afternoon, and make Birkas Hamazon 3 times to bring a lot of bracha into our life and a lot of parnasa. As well, it's very important to, as that generally speaking, when we do Birkas Hamazon, that we should say it out loud. Some are just, looking at There are a few levels I've seen how people do. Some of them just looking at the Siddur with their lips are not moving, and they read the Birkas Hamazon, beautiful, amazing. Still, it's a first level of Birkas Hamazon. The second is they recite the Birkas Hamazon silently. The lips are moving and the bench Birkas Hamazon beautiful, no complaints. The best of the best. But if you want to get like the super best of the best, then you should definitely let your ears hear what your lips are saying through Birkat Hamazon and from the Siddur. That's even Rab Shlomo used to say, that's the holiest. The holiest is from, that's how generally we do, from the Siddur, looking every word. And because Birkas Hamazon is a commandment from biblical commandment. The Torah says, Ve'achalta, if you ate, Ve'savata, and you're satisfied, Uberachta, you should bless Birkas Hamazon. 3, Achalta 1, Savata 2, Berachta 3. We have 3 brachos in Birkas Hamazon. And the 4th one is from the Rabbanon. It's an oral commandment to make the 4th bracha over the Birkas Hamazon. But again, out loud, respectfully, the people should hear, yes, I'm making Birkas Hamazon the kol ram. Women, on the other hand, if there are other men on the table, they should just, of course, say it silently and with extra kavanah. That's the beauty. So we're getting further in the Tzfat Chai, and I wanted to talk about something special about Shabbos by Mariv. At Shul, we go to Shul, and we are after Baruch, there's a pasuk, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael es Shabbos. After the Amida, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael, Bnei Yisrael kept the Shabbos to do the Shabbos day for the generations, a forever and everlasting covenant, Brit Oilam, Beini, this is a covenant between me, Hashem said, and between the nation of Israel. It's an eternal sign, forever. That, what are we testifying over here? Kisheshet Yamim Asa Hashem created the 6 days, the heavens and the earth. Vayom HaShvi'i, in the 7th day, he rested. Vaynafash. I'm not sure if we discussed this thing, but it's a very major, beautiful idea that worthwhile to remember again. Vaynafash, here we are having an intention, kavanah, to receive upon ourselves the extra portion of neshama, the additional portion, spiritual portion of the neshama yetera, the neshama, an extra Yiddish neshama coming up from above and getting into us. We're becoming loftier people, extra turbo second neshama. It's beautiful. And that is one of the places we are mechaven by Vaynafesh. Chazal are asking a question. We learned Vaynafash. The Gemara talks about it. What's the word Vaynafash? Why Vaynafash? Divide the word into 2 letters. Vay, which is oivei. Everyone knows what's oivei in Yiddish. Jews say that a lot. Vay, nefesh. Vaynafash. Right? He rested. The translation simply is he rested. Vaynafash. Vay nefesh, though, says vay oivei. We lost the nefesh, and vaynafash actually is being said because of Motzei Shabbat. The Shabbos ends, Shabbos go. So why do we recite the word that represents Motzei Shabbat? That when a nefesh, extra neshama goes out, why do we say that in just the beginning of Shabbat? And it represents us receiving the neshama. When the actual thing that happens, vay nefesh, the neshama has gone. Yeah? The question is clear. The drush, I'm not sure it's a pshat, but the thing is that, let's say you have a a watch. And you get used to your watch, right? Nobody looks every second and say, "Ooh, I have a watch. How happy I am, beautiful. I want my watch, my watch." No, but it's like it's on there on your wrist, and you forget about it. But if someone comes and all of a sudden try to take it away, take it off your wrist, open it, and take it. Say, hey, what are you doing? Give me back my watch. Until now, when nobody wanted to take it from you, you didn't care about the watch. All of a sudden, someone wants to take it from you. You all of a sudden give out. Give me back my watch. Same thing happens by Vainafash. By Vainafash, we remember. Yes, remember. Shabbos starts, right? But there's going to be an end for Shabbos. Remember Motzei Shabbos, Vay Nefesh. Your soul is going to go. You're going to miss it for another 7 days until next time it's going to come. But you're going to lose it, it's going to go. And so now, the beginning of Shabbat, when you remember it's going to go away, you said, I really want it because it's going to go. Same with the watch. Let me have my watch. Let me have my extra soul, my neshama. And the only way to receive that neshama is by Isorus, awakening of the will, the awakening of the desire to get it, a yearning, this feeling, which is almost like a physical feeling, that yes, it's going to go, but I want to have it. Boom. At that point, that you want to have it, then you're getting it. But because you generated a will, a desire, a ratzon from yourself. So, good Shabbos, everyone. Again, we are getting ready for Shabbos. Shabbos, the last Shabbos of the year. I mean, you have a lot of the beauty of Shabbos should be revealed in your homes and in your hearts. And God willing, maybe next week, we have to do actually from Sunday, learning of the halachos of Shabbos and Yom Tov, Rosh Hashanah as well. But God willing, may we have a beautiful Yom Tov, beautiful Shabbos. And next week, God willing, it's going to be a lesson, a class going to take care from Uman. That should be